Find an old person.
An old person, okay. Why?
Because they're often the loneliest in society. And they are the people who are willing to have conversations about the most mundane of things. You can start with, hey, God, it's nice. We got a nice day of weather today. Wow, look at that, no rain. And suddenly you might find out that this person has been an incredible person their entire lives. And, as we age, we lose people.
True.
And it might be the case where they only speak to 2 people in their entire week. And you don't know what the impact of you having a 5-10 minute conversation, whether it's waiting for a bus or something as trivial as that, the impact that that's going to have on that old person. And it doesn't matter how shy you are. Start with hello.
Okay.
Yeah, start with a hello. Like it's easy for me to say, but start with something small. A smile, a hello, a wave. Even if it is to a dog, do it. Live your life. But I will say Ireland has such a fabulous community of very supportive people that it doesn't matter where you're from in the county or even country. There's always going to be a neighbour who checks on you, which I think it's quite rare in the modern world. There's still a touch of humanity.
And where do you think all this comes from, this humanity that you're mentioning?
I think it comes from old Irish ways where, let's say in the area that I grew up in, although there wasn't much money and most people lived on benefits and everything else, if you had a loved one who died or there was some sort of trauma in your family, this was the first thing that people would show up at your door with trays of food so that the last thing you needed to worry about was filling your own belly in times of grief and hardship. And whether it was someone dropping in for a chat, just to check in, it's the beautiful, simple things in life that really matter.
Okay, thanks so much. And is there any connection between these stories and the way you are, the way you dress? That was something that called my attention.
So for me, I grew up in a multi-generational household where I had so many incredible influences because I had multiple uncles and aunties, and I'm the only one who dresses the way I do.
Okay.
But my family have never given me any grief for that. So I think myself and maybe a small amount of people I know are in a minority when it comes down to not fitting in but still being accepted. And I just think it's only fair to live and let live. And the way I dress it's not a reflection of my personality. It's who I am as a person, I guess,
Okay. So you mentioned something about, you said that you do not fit in. Why do you think so? Why do you have this way?
So, first of all, from the region that I am from, nobody's ever believed that I am from there, simply because I don't have the accent.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have the strong southwest Dublin accent. So I've been too posh for my region, but too common for posher regions. But somehow, even in school, regardless of me being an alternative person, I fit in because it's just within my personality to acclimate, I suppose, but not acclimating entirely outside of something that misrepresents me. It's more of my image is my image, but it doesn't take away from who I am as a person. And I think people forget that.
Thank you for sharing. And now, let's see. Would you have what is your ikigai? That's the topic.
Sure.
What is your purpose in life?
My purpose in life would be to leave the world in a better place than it was before me. We learn. I'm going to misquote this immensely, but when we repeat the same things over and over without making any changes, we're doomed to repeat insanity. And so I feel that if we make small measures of changes, we can improve the world as it is, whether it's something simple like picking up rubbish in the street and putting it into a bin so some poor duck doesn't get injured. We just want to leave the world a little bit more polished than it was beforehand and to let it thrive.
Okay, and who gave you this mindset, this way of viewing and thinking, let's say?
I was raised by my grandmother.
Okay.
And my grandmother was an excellent influence. She was a woman who was fiercely independent. And I think she taught me the value of anything because we didn't have much. We would eat the same meal 3 days in a row until the pot was empty. Okay. And I think it brought so much joy to know that every last scrap of everything is worth something. And I think that could be said about humans too, where everyone, regardless of your faults in life, there's something redeeming,
So where should we start? Talking about changes, what should people do to care more about simple things? What? Yes.
I think we need to bring back the casual hello. Okay. If you see somebody looking lost in the street, go over and maybe just take 2 seconds out of your day and say, hey, are you cool? Like, do you need help with anything? Or I feel that if you see, like something simple like picking up a plastic bottle if it's lying on the ground, it's one thing. But if everyone does one thing, that's 10 things. And it's just a knock-on domino effect.
Okay, yeah, very, very beautiful. And then, okay, so now let's think of those who, you know, your ikigai, your purpose in life. What about those who do not know it yet? What would be your advice for them to, where should they start, let's say?
Start small. And I know it's such a simple, overused ideal, but start small with something. Whether it's going for a walk in the mornings and walking to a further bus stop. So you see a little bit more nature than you would on a typical day. And whether you pick up a piece of rubbish or you say hello to a neighbour you haven't spoken to in months, it's all about the human connection, which I feel is just, everything is so fast. And I think we do need to slow down and really stop and smell the flowers sometimes, because if we don't, the flowers won't be there anymore. With the way that the world is operating, with deforestation, with endless planning and green spaces being removed, I just feel we do need to just stop, sit down, and it's okay to be bored sometimes.
Okay, so being bored, we'll give it time to rethink.
Exactly. Like when you're bored, I think that's the best time for creativity, because you're bored. And you know, what is it? Like a necessity of anything comes out of that need at that moment. So if you say, oh, well, I've got nothing to do now for the next 3 hours. I haven't looked at my bookshelf in a long time. What book have I not read that I can put into my handbag, I can take with me? And if I'm sitting in an awful commute, 2 hours, you know, 1 hour each way, imagine how much of that book you will get read instead of doom scrolling on your phone in the space of a week even, you know?
Okay, these are great, it's a great advice. Now let's see, a couple of words for those who are going to watch this video. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever you think it's relevant, it's important.
I think it's worth stopping and taking a chance with a stranger to see if they're going to provoke some deep existential thoughts from you as a person. Because you never know, maybe someone who's out there who's younger than me doesn't feel comfortable enough to dress the way that they want to. Can I curse? I say, you know, they can go fuck themselves. They can fuck all the way off. If it means that you are making yourself feel more comfortable and it makes others feel a little bit uncomfortable, fuck them. If it makes you a better person, makes you feel more comfortable, and just makes you feel like you can do what you can to be a better person, fuck it. Wear black, do your thing.
Okay. Do you do it with strangers, Mary?
Oh, all the time. I get it like all the time. Like I'm one of these people who work with the public. So if I see somebody who looks lost in the middle of Temple Bar, I walk over and I say, hey, like, are you all right? Okay. And most of the time, they have no fucking idea where they are. And I'm like, okay. And as an Irish person, we're dreadful at giving directions. So I might say, okay, walk down there and take the next left after that red pub. Keep walking halfway up that road, you're there. And I hope it works. But it's an attempt over nothing, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much. These are great. It's a great advice, and I'll put it in practice. I'm very open to, but yeah. Sometimes if I see someone who is very close, for me, I feel like, okay, what if they may say something to me that, you know? So, but I think I have never seen things from this perspective. Yeah. If someone it's like sad and so on, they are literally lost in their own thoughts. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly it. And sometimes you might be disturbing the darkest thoughts that they may be having in that day by having a simple hello. Yes. You don't know what anyone's internal struggles are. And also, you don't know how lonely life can be for people. And a simple hello may break that. And it's all about carrying it forward. You know, if someone says something nice to you randomly in public, compliments your outfit, that makes someone feel so good that you want to bring that energy to the next person.
Yes, you are different. You look very different. So, yeah, thanks so much for the interview. And
happy to do so.
I'm happy that I have met you. And
yeah, it was lovely to meet you too, Stefan.
Never change, yeah?
I'll try my best.
Thanks so much.
2 decades. Thank you again. And you are an absolute legend for holding the camera the entire time.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're so well.
I love your shoes.
Oh, thank you. I stopped growing when I was 12.